Hi, I'm Courtney Oliver, she, her, and I am the director of Days of Rage.
My name is Darius Robertson. Pronouns he, him, his. I portray the character Hal in Days of Rage.
I'm BAILEE Michaels, she, her, and I am the dramaturg for this production of Days of Rage.
I am Jason Eschhofen. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm the resident sound designer of Playhouse in the Square and the sound designer of this production.
One thing that I've always said about this play is that it's very American. This is a very American story. You have people mixed with politics, and those politics combined with perspective, and you have people who really stand on what they believe. And you know, this year, 2020, 2021, people stand firmly in their beliefs, and they're not willing to engage in open conversations that would challenge their thought process and what they believe.
The people of 1969, the real radicals, particularly the Days of Rage movement, the Weatherman movement, were very motivated by violence and hate and anger. They were angry people, and they wanted the overthrow of the government. So these people who believe so deeply in the right thing, they believe that what they're doing is right, and they believe that even if it takes a bomb that will kill 30 people in the name of the good is going to help the world, and they believe that. They don't see that they're killing 30 people.
Days of Rage takes place in 1969. Music was a huge part of the world for everyone, really, but especially for this particular age group and thought processes.
Coming through it on a music perspective, the show is heavily influenced by music. I mean, it's essentially a musical with no singing. Like, we definitely looked into lyrics and song backgrounds and how those would have played a part in influencing the characters. There was so much anti-war music, but also like love ballads, like youth were allowed to express themselves and their relationships and their identities. When we started bringing music into the rehearsals, it just created this atmosphere of you are there in that moment and you feel the intensity, you feel the need to, fight the powers that be.
And in this particular show, there is so much sound happening all the time in Days of Rage. When there is silence, it is a character. It is a very prominent, we planned there to be silence here. And it, again, causes a distinct emotion or a distinct feel in the audience. The moments when it's purely silent, or all you can hear is somebody breathing, is a really big moment. And usually it's big because there's been sound or music the whole time, whether you've realized it or not.
Also, 1969, circa Playhouse. That's a huge cultural moment. Which, started off as war protest plays. I think it was a huge moment for the arts in general to change the world.
And 69 was the year that everything happened. The moon landing, Woodstock, the Manson murders, Chappaquiddick, McDonald's invented the Big Mac. It was an incredible year in history, unbeatable until we got to 2020. But how do I want to represent it? I want anyone who might remember 1969 to recognize the room in the house. So I want the play to look and sound like 1969. And so yes, I think audiences will find tributes to Woodstock in our sound design. But I will tell you, personally, on a personal level, I grew up with a record player and my dad's love of the 60s, and there's a corner of our set that is very much a tribute to my childhood with my father and his records. So you'll see music in a lot of pockets and corners of our design.